Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wrassle Graps. My name is Chris.
My name is Vincent. Not the guy from the show. Not the guy from the TNA show.
Well, that's true. He's not the guy from that TNA show, but we are talking about that TNA show, the very first TNA on AMC. Lots of
Yes.
initials, lots of letters for a show that was a F, some would say. But we're going to talk
I'm
about it.
going to immediately start with we're probably never going to do this ever again.
I was ready to do it next week. I've already
And
recorded.
that's because you're built different, I guess.
I thought, based off the messages you sent me, I was ready to do this next week again.
No, absolutely not. I was the one that hated this show and you were the one that seemed to enjoy it a little bit.
I
So
got no joy. I got no joy out of this.
okay, well that makes two of us, you know. It makes everyone that watched the show probably. Because I've heard no good things about this show. Like usually you're like, oh, you see a few good comments here and there, right? Like, oh, the show wasn't that bad. None
What
of
are you
that,
talking
bro. It's just all been this show was garbage. Even
about?
people that were like, this show's gonna beat AEW, man. It's gonna be better than AEW. They're coming back, Eric Bischoff. And they're saying, I was
Like,
wrong.
bro, TNA talent, Moose. Yeah, he's big on this show.
Right, that's someone to listen to about the criticisms. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, you hated it. I'm not sure why. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. I thought it was just kind of boring, and I did not care. And
Yeah, like we'll
so,
go through everything and then we'll break it down, and then you'll start to realize how bad it really was.
and if you could do me a favor while we go through this show, if you can give me the play-by-play of where you were at mentally watching this show, like when did you start taking a turn on this thing? That'd be helpful to me.
Okay, so I mean, we'll go through it, like I said, and we'll get to that point, right? So,
All right, so AJ Styles comes out. How do you feeling?
oh, okay, hold on. Video package hits. Okay, not bad. I like the video package. That's pretty cool. AJ Styles comes out. All right. That's cool. That's cool. He has his old music. That's fire, right?
This is the best thing on
And
the
then
show,
he
by the way.
says, "I'm gonna make this short and sweet." And I said, "No, AJ, please don't make it short and sweet. Please say a lot of stuff, please."
This
And
this was
then
the one gripe I had, by the way. Sorry to cut you off. This is my only gripe. He goes, "I'm gonna make this short and sweet because we got a lot of wrestling to get through tonight." No, we did not.
and he lied as well. Yeah, it's also true. hmm
Bro, what are you talking about? There was 4 matches. A total of
Yeah.
like 40 minutes of wrestling, bro. What are you talking about?
But he was really just here to welcome everybody to the show, and I really didn't expect to see him at all for the rest of the night. But I mean, he did show up a little bit.
He does. But for now, we'll move on
And I mean, this
to.
is kind of okay. Hold on, I want to say this is kind of what I expected him to do anyway. I never really expected him to actually do anything serious. I thought he was just here to pop a rating, really.
Mhm.
So
No,
I mean, that's
no,
not really. It wasn't a shocker. I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. Let's move on to the first match, right? Or no,
no.
the
No, you're right.
TNA TNA intro. Yeah, they had like a little intro afterwards.
Yeah, but then we get to Elijah. He's out there, and he's just. I didn't know
Hello,
what his
I am
gimmick was
Elijah.
now. I didn't know what his gimmick was at this point in time, but apparently it's just the same thing, except he calls himself Elijah now.
He's a cowboy.
Is that what it is? He also a cowboy now too.
You saw him ride the horse, yeah.
All right, well that was cool.
He
And
should
for
have came
some,
out on the horse on the show, and that would have been good.
well, I guess the horse, they
He
spent
had the
all the
visa
budget.
issues, the visa issues, yeah.
Yeah, the visa issues. There was a lot of that tonight, but I think they spent all
Visa
the budget.
pricing.
I think they spent the entire budget on the Hardy special entrance, which was a guy playing it on guitar, and they also paid Brandon does everything to be there.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was. He was in the back with not like right next to the Hardys, but behind them,
Right. So I mean, he didn't have really a much of a role on the show besides, I guess, bringing in all the content creators.
pretty much. And then we have them. They're going up against the Order 4. They have a perfectly fine six-man match that the Hardys and Elijah win. And
And I thought
then,
that was cool, man. I was like, okay. First of all, I'm not hating the show by this point. I'm just like, look, that makes sense. You want people to be hooked right away. Right? You want the Hardys to show up. You want Elijah, who I guess is a familiar face to some people.
mhm,
And that's that. That was cool. I like that.
it
The
was
only
all
thing I
right.
didn't like was the match was 5 minutes. I didn't like that.
There is a commercial break in between.
And I didn't see the commercial break, but I just know the match was like 5 minutes.
Well, it wasn't that long, but that's good because you don't need a long Hardy Boys match in 2026. You just don't.
It's true, but you'd of course want to have a good amount of action. I thought this was just like a little taste, you know.
Well, I thought they were rushing also because I thought there's going to be a lot of wrestling on tonight's show, like AJ Styles said.
They were rushing the matches to get to the shitty segments, apparently.
I guess.
And
So
Perez
they
held
win,
later.
and then they're jumped by the big guy who works for Order 4. I forget his name. Agent Zero?
Agent
Is it?
Zero, yeah, Agent
Yeah.
Zero.
They're jumped by that big guy who then the righteous come out and they're like, whoa, don't do that. You don't get to jump the Hardys. Well, we get to jump the Hardys. And then
Right.
they beat up Matt after Vincent,
What?
not you, Vincent, other
Oh,
Vincent,
okay. My bad.
handcuffs Jeff Hardy's ear to the rope.
I would never
And
do
then
that. So I mean, yeah, of course it's not me.
and then the guy goes, just so you know, Hardys, this is gonna hurt us a lot more than it's gonna hurt you.
I
See you at
might
the
say
pay.
that. Okay, I might say that.
You've said it to me a lot of times actually.
I never said that once in my life,
You've said it a couple times
but
to
I
me in the
might say
past,
it in the future. It's possible.
and so I should be prepped for this to happen.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll say that.
That's actually now that you bring it up, I do remember when you said let's review TNA. I wasn't sure about it, but then you said, you know what, it's gonna hurt me a lot more. It's gonna hurt you, buddy. And I said that might be
It seems
true.
that if I said that, it would be cap. So I would
All
never
right,
cap. Never do it.
all right. So then we go backstage to Kazarian, who is interrupted by AJ Styles, and he goes, "Listen, bro, I don't really want to talk to you, but thank you for giving me the keys to the house that you built." And then AJ just kind
That
of
wasn't
stares at
that.
him.
It wasn't that nice. It was really. He was like really not wanting to say that. By the way,
Yeah, you could tell he didn't want to, but he was like, "Listen, bro, I have no problem with you. Just please get away from me." And then AJ Styles for the rest of the night just fucking hates this guy.
he really doesn't. I mean, the rest of the night, meaning like one segment, like later.
Yeah, but that's more than enough, you know.
Yeah,
Okay, so then we move on to, and by the way, do you think that they're gonna actually like the tease with AJ looking at the belt's gonna go anywhere?
I don't think it's going to go anywhere because I mean, he really hasn't done much with these TNA appearances thus far. I don't think that's going to continue anywhere where he has a match or anything like that. I think he's just kind of it's going to be forgotten about.
All right, that makes sense. Next up, we get to see the celebrities, quote unquote celebrities, that they brought out to be
A lot
here.
of them are their own talents,
Dude, so I've never heard of most of these people. They got a guy from boxing. They got
and I didn't
some
know who he
guys.
was.
They got the cast of an AMC show, and then they got a guy who's in the movie with CM Punk, and then they got a bunch of YouTubers. And I was like, okay. But
Before
then,
this,
right,
though, there was the exhibition video package that we didn't cover, but there was one of those, and they had like a few of them throughout the night about like the Knockouts division. That might be the TNA Championship.
they, and you know what? That was a huge mistake because you're reminding people that this show used to be a lot better, and now they don't want to watch this anymore.
It was way cooler, yeah. And then they showed us Mr. Elegant. Okay, well, we'll get to all that later.
That's important. We'll get to that. But Ryan Nemeth comes out and he's like, "These fucking loser celebrities, I hate them." And then
Candice
this
Michelle
old,
was
that's later on, I think.
that
Is it
was
later
later.
on?
I don't fucking know, man. They showed a bunch of people.
Oh, she's around at some point. We'll get to it. Um, yeah, this old guy in the crowd who's is on one of the AMC shows is trying to talk, but before he could do that, Ryan Nemeth comes out. Interrupts and he goes, "You have all these celebrities here. You don't have Ryan Nemeth. What's up with that?"
And I was
And
like, I don't really know much about you, Ryan Abbott.
I'm like, there's no way you have Dolph Ziggler's brother, and his gimmick is he's a celebrity when absolutely nobody in the wrestling industry remembers that he's even around.
He was signed to AEW at one point, I think, wasn't he?
He was.
Okay, I was like half correct. I was thinking I was half correct about that, but I'm not too sure.
No, I think he definitely was during the beginning.
Okay, that's good to know. I was right.
I don't know if what year it was, but it was definitely in the first half of AEW.
That sounds about right. They were just hiring anybody.
They really were.
The big
Uh,
surprise was Jake Hager.
that that was crazy. But so then Student Ryan Nemeth gets clotheslined by the old dude after he gets
Chopped. He
crotched.
got chopped.
Oh yeah,
Oh no,
sorry, he
he
gets chopped
got
after he gets crotched on the
yes.
barricade,
Yeah.
and I guess hand that guy a contract.
I mean, I
Get
would
him in
do it
there.
because I mean, if he could do that to that guy, then he might as well. Might as well. I mean, everyone else on the show kind of sucks, so might as well.
I was really confused because later on in the night they show a graphic for his match against Mara Sade, I believe. Mara
Yeah.
Sade.
Or Sade, I think.
Point is, they show the graphic for his match with her, but they made it sound like they're doing this because of something that happened on this show. She wasn't on this show.
She was. She was in the crowd.
Oh, okay,
She
good.
was
So
right
that makes
there when he got crushed.
okay. She was right there.
She was
I
in
didn't
front of
see
him
her.
or in the
I
back of
didn't.
I mean, wherever she was. She was right next to him.
That makes sense. I didn't see her. That's on me.
He said, Mara Sade. So I can't forget that, you know?
I was too distracted by the quote unquote celebrities.
Right, right. And she was one of the celebrities.
Now
I'm
I
pretty sure
remember.
she was
How
next
many
to
many
Candice
years?
Michelle. Okay, yeah.
I don't know if they're in the same exact segment.
I swear to God, that's probably what happened.
That might be what happened. The point is, he gets beat up by the older guy, and then that's kind of it.
Yeah, whoever he was. I think he was from a show on AMC.
It's from Dark Wind. I've never heard of it, never watched it. That will
I
not be
don't watch
changing.
AMC. I will never watch AMC. Maybe a movie. Maybe a movie. If they have a movie on there, I'd watch
Mhm.
that.
Well, moving on. Santino comes out, and they show a video package of when his daughter turned on him to be with Stax.
Damn,
And
I would do the
listen,
same
man,
thing. Really?
before we move on, we gotta take a moment. We gotta pause. We gotta acknowledge this very uncommon W for the Italian community.
Yeah, let's go Italian commute. Those are my
But well,
brothers
actually,
and sisters right there.
but actually, now that I think about it, the Italian man um, actually beat up the woman's Italian father, so it cancels out,
Shit,
and you actually lose that one.
that's bad. That's bad for us.
Yeah, well, you can't win them all. Where is Tito Sabatelli when you need him?
Where is the spy? Wasn't he the spy from AEW?
I don't know. I just remember Tito Sabatelli, and I remember Giovanni Vinci, and I don't know where they went.
Well, I mean, obviously, Tino Sabatelli is married to Mandy Rose.
But saying obviously, like I know that.
You didn't know that, really?
No, man.
Good for him. He's winning in life, is what he's doing.
There you go. Chalk that up. Now we're back on the scoreboard.
Let's go.
All right.
Italians
Anyway,
up.
Santino's in the ring. He's like, it's been a rough couple of weeks, but we found some help for me, and it is the former Sonya Deville, now going by Daria Ray.
Yeah, I mean, this was a surprise. I know there was like a lot of reports like, oh, you're going to be real surprised about who shows up on this show. And they
It
they
was.
did they were kind of right. Okay, I was not thinking about any of these names to be honest. Uh,
I mean,
and
there's few
this one, I
people in
think
this. Like,
so. When this happened, I was like, okay, look, I don't hate that. That's pretty. That's a good position for her if she's in this company.
I thought they were gonna try something new with her and let her be a face for a bit. That lasted all of like 1 minute, and then she turned on Santino.
I mean, look. And when she turned on Santino, I got a little upset. I'm not gonna lie.
And now I hate to do this to you, but
No,
she she said turns on him and she goes, TNA needs help. What it doesn't need is you fucking goofball. Get out of my goddamn ring,
no.
stay out of my way.
She said the G word, man.
And you know what that means? It cancels out the other one from before. We're back at zero.
No. Oh, god damn it. All right, how are we gonna get
Back
this win back, man? How are we gonna get this win back?
we don't this week.
This week? Oh no, we gotta wait for
We
next
don't
week,
this week.
man.
Yeah, now we have to
No, I'm
watch
not
TNA.
watching this show. I'm not watching. I'm not watching this again.
How badly do you want it, pal?
I'll take the L. I'll take the L.
All right. Well, she goes, You're a loser. Get out of my ring. I can do this myself. As a matter of fact, here's my first announcement. We're bringing back Cora Jade, aka Elena Black.
That's cool, I guess. I don't know how excited I should be about that, but you know what? If I was to guess what company she would join, if she was to continue wrestling, this would be the company. Yep.
Look, they said, listen, we don't care about our OnlyFans. We subscribed and we love it over at TNA.
Of course they do at TNA, yeah. And you'll find out later they get a little naughty at TNA, yeah.
I guess they do. So she comes out, she doesn't wrestle, she just comes out, and you're like, oh, wow, look at that. And then that's pretty much
That's
it.
it. Yeah, she just showed her face, she's did a little thing, and then that's about it.
Now, I'm assuming this is where you started to turn on the show, the Elegance brand. Yeah. They have Perez,
Yes.
they have Perez
Yes.
Hilton out there. They have the rest of the group,
And
and they
also
have
okay, hold on. I wanna say that maybe, like, through the middle of the Daria promo, I started to turn on the show.
that easy, really.
Yeah, she started talking, I was like, "Nah, I'm not feeling it," you know?
It's a woman talking. Oh, brother.
I wasn't being sexist now, don't put that on me, alright?
All right. Well, anyway,
I was okay
um,
I was cool with Elena Black, alright, come on now.
hey, all right. So they have this man under a sheet, and they go, "This is we
It
did
wasn't
some
even a sheet, it was like a fucking bird outfit or whatever, like feathers or whatever, he had
it was
feathers.
some weird sort of cape thing."
Yeah.
And they go, "We did some market research.
So I'm just like, "What is
Apparently,
that?" You know?
this is what people want, and it's just a random 20-year-old guy."
You got a body transformation.
They said, "I went from this to this in about a week,"
And they
and
put
I
it on the
said,
screen,
"God
he's
damn."
a fat guy.
And he's like a old fat Italian man from Brooklyn. I was like, "What the fuck do you mean?" That
No,
actually
he's
puts us in the negatives. Like, what?
or even worse, yeah, his name is Mr. Elegance, it's even worse than that.
That was dumb. That was stupid. I got a bit of laugh out of that, but that was stupid.
I didn't get no laugh out of this, man, I was pissed.
You just didn't like the disrespect to the Italian community.
I didn't like any of this disrespect from them. This might just be the most anti-Italian show of all time.
Can't wait for next week. Um,
No.
so they do this, and he cuts the promo about how he's Mr. Elegance, and he's here now, and he's doing this for us, so we can look at him. And I was like, this is just Chris Masters, but
And
different.
then they said, "Now look at these women's ass cheeks."
Said, check it out. They got AMC individually on their asses. Let's go.
Yeah, getting naughty over here, getting freaky.
I mean, listen, you might not be doing the misogyny, but TNA certainly.
They're
Hey,
doing something, yes.
so now the match with the inspiration and a distraction from Mr. Elegance allows them to recapture the tag titles.
Right. And with that being said, this is the last time we'll see the inspiration in TNA
Why is that?
because their contracts ran out on that exact day, actually.
This explains a lot, actually.
So they lost the titles. And I said, thank God they're
What
not
do
in
you mean?
that company anymore. Thank fucking
Uh,
Jesus Christ. They were saved.
I guess a lot of people are
'Cause I
saved by
actually
visa
like
issues.
them, okay? I'm a fan of them. All right.
Listen, man, a lot of people are saved by visa issues, quote unquote visa issues.
Visa issues, they got a better deal, you know?
Mhm.
Um, cough, cough, Leon Slater.
So,
Who would have
this
been their
next
biggest star on the show if he showed up, you know?
that would have been nice, really, it would have.
Yeah.
Um, so this next segment with Indy Hartwell and the Elegance brand, what was this about? Because I missed this part.
Indy Hartwell and the Elegance brand. That was about something. I forgot what it was about.
All right, well, either way, she went to the GM and she has a match next week with one of them. So
Yeah,
there's that.
exactly. She was
This is
just
it.
yapping. I don't remember what she was yapping about.
I don't know. I know she's facing whichever one of them is M.
Wait, with who? Oh,
When they
the
have that,
M on the ass? Yeah, okay.
I don't know. They said M by Elegance is her opponent. I don't know who that is.
I guess it's the one with the M on their ass. That's what I said.
I guess so. You know what? That's a good point. Is that how they landed the deal? It's because they're all named after letters from AMC. Is that what they did?
Yeah, probably.
Impressive. Speaking of
Oh yeah, and
letters,
Sil Ruka and Zario were watching that match, by the way.
they were watching, and another tag team from NXT was watching. I forget which one.
Right.
Was it Fatal Influence?
I don't know. I thought I only saw that.
No, there was a couple others. I forget, but I think it was the ones in the triple threat match we're watching.
Oh, okay, okay.
But is the AJ segment up next, or is that later on?
I honestly don't know.
We'll just cover it now, I guess, because I don't have it in my notes either where it is. So the AJ segment is he's backstage talking to Santana, and he goes, "Man, that dude Frankie Kazarian, he's a straight up loser, bro. Kick his ass." I was like, "Dude, what do you mean? No, he didn't even say anything that bad."
Right. I mean, yeah, he was really pissed, man. He was fired up, but maybe he was trying to fire up Santana. Give someone a little inspiration, motivation.
Maybe, who knows? But anyway, we get to our first Visa issue of the show. It's Lei Ying Lee. And she comes out and Santina goes, "Listen, your opponent, Danny Luna, at the pay-per-view, she has visa issues." So
Yo, bro. Okay, so you skipped the injury report. So there was a segment. It was an injury
dude,
report, and it was
listen,
talking about everyone who was
listen,
injured. Okay,
listen. I skipped the injury report, yes, because realistically, does this do anything for anybody?
you fucked me up, man. Yeah, because you fucked up my notes, man. You
But
fucked me up because I was looking. I was like, dude. So what comes before the injury report? What comes after the injury report? And that indie one comes after the injury report.
forgot about the injury report because it wasn't
Are you
really
kidding
that
me?
important. They
Everyone's
weren't real
injured,
injuries;
man.
they're fake
Everyone's
injuries,
injured. They're all injured.
I guess. Whatever.
Anyway,
Do
Indy Hartwell dreamed of being champion. That's what she was talking about.
oh, okay.
But she got cut off by the elegance brain. And they want to send her back to Australia.
They want to send her packing, bro. Yeah,
Deport her. What the fuck? That's crazy.
they want to make TNA great again. I guess.
That's not no. Hopefully not. That's another reason to shut off the show. But yeah, Indy
So,
was said she'll talk to Santino. So that's what happened. Because under her breath, when they left, she was like, "I'll talk to Santino."
I thought they said go talk to Santino about a match, and then
Because they,
under her
yeah, they
breath
said,
she
"Go talk
goes,
to
"I
Santino
will,"
about a match," right? And
and
then they said that, and then under her
she
breath,
goes,
like whispering, she was like, "I
I'll go
will
to
talk to Santino."
don't tell me to talk to Santino. I'll talk to Santino."
Yeah, it was like the most least threatening thing ever.
So then we get to that segment where Santino's like, "Visa issues. It's a shame. Open challenge."
Easy prices, Italian stuff.
And yeah, and Zaruka come out, and then so Zaruka's like, Man, we just had to come here when we saw this, and we somehow found out about this, even though no one mentioned this before tonight. But we found out about it, and I think Zari should do it because I don't want anything to do with this fucking brand."
Right, right. And that's fair, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty reasonable, honestly. And we don't get any further build. It literally is just that happens, and they do a little pose for the match graphic, and that is it.
Yeah, I mean, they signed it on the back, by the way. They had no table, so they signed it on Santino's back.
They did do that. And then we get to our second Visa issue of the night. Leon Slater, quote unquote, Visa issues, even
I
though he
think
was
he
on
does,
SmackDown.
actually. He does. Well, that was
He was
in
up.
UK, so I guess it's different.
Well, no, you cough before. That makes it sound like you didn't have real Visa issues.
It's possible that WWE wanted him, so they said, "All right, fuck it, you can have him." And you know what? That's also possible. But I think that since he's not on the pay per view, it probably is VCH.
All right. Um, so he does say Visa issues, and he's like, but so instead, you still get your championship match.
I'm just saying,
Cedric.
it's not. It's very weird. He appears more on WWE program than TNA, especially when it's their big night.
That's why you said cough, and I said Visa issues, quote unquote.
Quote unquote. Yeah, we don't know really.
So
'Cause
anyway,
what if he
Santino,
appears on another WWE show? Then it's like, okay, you know,
I mean, listen, what are you gonna do?
what are you gonna do? TNA out here getting cucked like that.
Like that one tweet said, every hotel has the TNA chair.
Yeah, I don't know who made that, but whoever did, God bless you.
Well, I mean, listen, he goes, "Cedric, you don't got that match at the pay-per-view. Instead, what we're gonna do is a triple threat match. It's you, Moose, and Joe Hendry."
Yeah, and well, they didn't say that. He said, and the other
Oh,
guy who shall not be named.
he
And
didn't
then
want to
Cedric
say
was like,
Joe
"Who is
Hendry.
it? Who is it?" And he was like, "You know that guy." And he was like, "No, I don't know the guy. Who is he?" I said, "But it's Joe Hendry." And then he was on the phone. His phone rang, and it was the music from Joe Hendry. So Cedric Looked at the phone, there he was, Joe Andrew.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, shouts out at Swivelly Sark. That's the guy that did the TNA chair joke.
Right. I don't know if he made the picture though, you know.
No, but that's the one I saw, so I give him credit.
Yeah, I'll do that. Sure.
So that's the visa issues of the night. I don't think there's more, so that's good.
There's a few injuries probably that have feature issues too.
This is the most cursed debut I've seen in my lifetime.
It might be, but they didn't do themselves any favors with what they had. So
Listen, not for nothing, man. You know, WWE's a partner of TNA. They couldn't have helped them out of it.
I mean, no.
Like with the production, with the superstars, the talent, literally anything.
Look, WWE does not care about TNA.
Well, they
They
should.
will
That's
let
like a
them.
feeder system for them
They're
now.
just there. They're just there. You know, TNA is there as like a blockade between them and AEW. That's kind of what it is.
Good God, it's like the Iron Curtain.
And it has no like no one actually likes TNA. You know,
By the way,
not even the partner of TNA.
before we move on to the next segment, how are we feeling? Where are we at this moment?
In this moment, I'm feeling like the matches should be longer. There's not enough wrestling. There's all these shitty segments about visa issues, about fucking feather guys, about this and that. I'm not dealing with it. Perez Hilton was here for a second. I'm not really feeling it.
So speaking of shitty segments, we get another one. Eddie
Okay,
Edwards
come on,
and the
man. You
system.
could be shitty segments, man. I didn't. This was one of the segments I didn't hate. Okay,
This one, I what? No, here's why. Because they come out, Eddie Edwards is there, Dango is there. They start whatting Eddie Edwards when he's talking to Dango,
and then Dango
and
says, "Nah, we're not
he's
doing
like,
that."
"Okay, guys, please stop, please, seriously." And he goes, "Listen, I love this locker room, and I'm not just saying that because they're making me say it seriously. I mean it. Don't worry about it. I'm being serious here. Stop laughing. Um,
I
you
love
know,
Dango, man. I can't hate him. You know,
no, I don't hate him. But then he does this. He goes, I know you, Eddie. You have a beautiful daughter. You know,
very
you guys
weird,
raised a great daughter.
strange.
But I'm gonna kick your ass at the pay per view if you don't beat me. By the way." And then that's the promo. I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Look, I mean, it is what it is. He's. I mean, I don't feel like he's gonna go on this big retirement tour. He's gonna have this one match in like a
No,
few
but like,
days.
what's
Is it
that
today?
pro?
The show
But what
today?
is the pro? Yeah, but what's that promo, man?
That promo was fine, man. It's a fucking laid back
Promo
Dango promo.
fine, dude. You're a father. You're a great father. You're raising a good child. By the way, if you don't show up at the pay per view, I'm
Well, I
kicking
think
your
they were
ass.
talking about the woman that was there.
What? This was stupid. What do you mean?
I don't know. I didn't think it was that stupid. Okay, Jesus Christ.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like there was supposed to be like a second part to that, like in the
I
middle.
think the
I think.
woman that was in the faction is his like daughter, quote unquote, which was weird to me. Okay,
No,
but I
I thought
think
the
that
insinuation was that that was his wife.
I don't fucking okay. Look, I'm not sure what this faction is. Okay, if he was talking about his actual daughter, that's even weirder. I'm just gonna say that.
I'm just saying.
But I think that his laid backness, I'm not bothered by. You know,
It's not the laid backness. It's the fact that he cut out the entire middle of the promo he was doing.
I get what you're saying. I do, but it just didn't bother me that much.
All right. Well, I know you love this next part. Dixie Carter
And
comes
also,
out.
and by the way, shouts out Dangle, man. He's been doing this for a long time. Johnny Curtis, this and that. I've been watching him. I mean, he's done great work. I mean, really, he's just very underrated. I'd say.
He never really got a fair shot. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, other people who gotten shots before. I think the best he did was Fandango. You know,
I'm gonna throw this out there. But besides the Usos and the New Day in 2016 SmackDown, or like just the tag division back then in general, Breezango was a highlight that did not get
Breezango
what they
really
deserved.
did. They had a good moment. They had a few good moments. Breezango,
The Fashion Police was a 10 out of 10 tag team that did
the
not get the
fashion
love they
police,
deserve.
because Dango can just play his character. You know what I mean? He's got that. He's got that it factor about him, where he can play the comedic character very well.
The chemistry that him
The
and Tyler
weirdo,
had,
the weirdo character.
the chemistry that him and Tyler had, they did not take advantage of that. The fact that they were never tag team champions is a crime.
It's a crime. A fashion police should get on that.
They should bring them back for one episode.
Might as well. I mean, if you're retired and shit, you know.
So anyway, Dixie Carter comes out and gets the Hogan treatment.
as
Um,
they should, as she should.
I'm not saying anything, but I will put it out there that judging by the similarities, maybe get someone to keep a close eye on Dixie Carter.
Um, no, I mean, no. I was gonna think about it for a second. No, no.
I'm just saying that she got the Hogan treatment. You know what I mean? Someone keep a close eye on her. Make sure she's all right.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, but we're not gonna put that into the world anyway. You know
I'm
what I mean?
not. I'm saying, what? Be careful. Have someone
I
watch
don't.
out.
I'm not gonna put that into the world. She'll be fine. You know what I mean? She'll be all right.
I hope so. I'm not saying otherwise. I hope so.
Right, 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 right. But yeah, this Dixie Carter gets the most boos. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. I'm not really sure because Dixie Carter's version of TNA wasn't the best version of TNA. You know,
I mean, listen. If I'm booking this show, the AMC premiere, I would personally invite the person that damn near killed the company.
I wouldn't do that. I mean, look, but the thing is with TNA right now, they're basically. I mean, TNA has been basically almost dead for many, many years, and we're not in a good state currently. So I mean, I feel like they just said, "Fuck it," you know.
Speaking of dead, the commentary team, they see Bully Ray coming out and they're like, holy fuck, he's gonna murder Dixie Carter.
And
But
I
he
think,
doesn't.
yeah, Dixie Carter probably thought the same thing.
He's actually out there for commentary for the main event. A fine 20-minute main event.
How was Carlos Silva there again? Oh, he
He
was
was
there for the Dixie Carter thing. Okay. Yeah.
so yeah, Kazarian and Santana, they have the main event. It's perfectly fine. And now for some reason they're having a Texas death match at the pay-per-view with Nick Nemeth is the referee. What the fuck? I don't know.
The match was fine. I think the match started off good. Okay, I'll say that. Match started off good. I said, this is what the show needed, you know what I mean? And then it got real sloppy. Right at the end there, it was because of Kazarian, it was because of the referee. Um, and those were the reasons for the main event being shitty. Um, and then Santana got the belt back after, fighting for the belt all that time, and then winning the belt and then losing it again on the next episode, which when they had a month, what is it? How many months? I'm not sure. Months long hiatus, and then they came back and Kazarian beat him, and then they came back. They came back to TV. The first episode premiere, AMC, and Santana gets it back. Oh my god, what a story!
It was certainly a story.
It was a story. Yeah,
Because explain to me how there's now a Texas death match between these two at the pay-per-view that Nick Nemeth is referee.
I don't know. Speaking of which, the video package showed Nick Nemeth. Okay,
He had nothing to do with this. I was
he
told that
never
there
came
was a
out. He
segment.
never showed up. His brother showed up earlier. He didn't show up once. Nick Nemeth.
I was told the reason for this is because for some reason the segment after the match was not shown on television because they ran
And
out
then
of
they,
time,
yeah, and then we learned that after the show went off the air, Nick Nemeth appears.
which is crazy because I could tell you at least four different things you could have cut from this show. Dixie
I
Carter
could
being
tell
wrong.
you to cut everything and just put more matches and make them long, please.
Which, by the way, all I'm gonna put out there is if in 2026 Frankie Kazarian is in your main event scene, that's a rough
I
place
mean,
to
come
be.
on, we're talking about the elite hunter here.
Remember the fucking elite hunter? The dude would come out there. Hunter suggests he's methodical. He's stalking them. He's smart. The elite hunter used to just run out there when he saw them in large groups and say, I'm going in there. Wish me luck.
Right, right. And he was really bad at that gimmick.
But yeah, that's your main event guy right there. I'm just rough spot to be in. This is I wouldn't wish this show on anybody. I'd say for me, this is a perfect thumbs down, simply
All right,
because
then.
I was bored.
If we're gonna give Tony Khan the thumbs down for that show you put on, this show is a double thumbs down. So it's a double thumbs down.
See, that's because you out and out hated it. I still don't know what about the show you absolutely hated.
Everything. I mean, if you still don't understand, then so be it.
From what I get, you only hated the Mr. Elegance.
I mean, that was the main thing I hated, right? But like I said, the matches not being long, the fucking break. Oh my god, how long was it until we had that next match? I mean, it
That was
just wasn't
bad.
entertaining. The segments themselves were not entertaining. The celebrity showings were. That was horrible. I mean, honestly, the only oh yeah, before to shout out the content creators. Shouts out the content creators that were shown on camera. That was cool.
Yeah, well, good for them. I hope that they're proud of themselves for attending this show.
And then the icing or the cherry on top was that the main event didn't hit either. So
It
I
never
just
was
knew that
going
wasn't
to,
fair.
bro.
And then Nick Nemeth didn't show up, and that was a thing that fell apart. Dixie Carter showed up. That was pretty fucking shitty. Uh,
The main
you know
event
what I mean?
the main event was never going to hit, by the way. It's Santana versus Frankie Kazarian in
You can
2026.
hope. You can
Never
hope in
going
a fucking sea of shit that you maybe find one diamond. Okay.
All right, well, there really
I
wasn't
just
anything
made
to
that
talk
up
about.
off this on the spot. I don't even know if anyone said that ever in life.
No, they didn't. This is Wrassle Graps first. Trademark it, put on a t-shirt. That's a first.
There you go. Only TNA can do that.
But yeah, I thought it was just boring. I didn't overly hate it. For me,
Oh,
my
the
criteria
Visa
is
crisis, man. The Visa crisis.
the visa crisis, bro. I gotta cut him a break. There's a visa crisis
That's what they want you to fucking do, man. Why can't they just book a good show?
because it's 2026 TNA, and that's what you get for watching it.
Oh yeah, and the fucking surprise that they brought out didn't even say a word. By the way,
Well, yeah, man, that's next week.
Yeah, you say that, but next week they're gonna say nothing,
They claimed it happens next week. Okay, I'm telling you what they said.
right? And she gets cut off before she says a single word,
That's next week's main event.
right?
But yeah, that was the review of TNA's AMC debut, guys. If you stuck it out this long with us, thank you so much for watching.
And
Remember,
also, I was also comparing it to the Dynamite review that we did, and we gave it a thumbs down.
yeah, if you didn't see the last Dynamite review we did last week, check it out, I guess. But actually, no, don't do that because or do up to you. Just so you
I
know, it's
don't
very
fucking
low
give a shit,
energy.
man. It's gonna
Do
be
what you
better than
want.
this. It's gonna be better than this.
It was. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking out with us, guys. Remember, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more Wrassle Graps, you can catch us on some podcasting platforms. Leave a 5-star review if you don't mind, it'd be greatly helpful. And also, catch us on the threads and other social medias. He loves the threads, posting them all the time. Uh, yeah, personal feat for him. Just beat Steve from going in Raw on the threads.
Oh,
That
dude.
was his
Okay,
goal
yeah,
this
that
year.
did happen. That did happen. Yeah,
Was it a hard contest? No. What did he know it was happening? No. But that's not important. Don't focus on it.
it's been done. Yeah.
Also, don't tell him. I don't need him trying to fix that.
Zebra going in Raw starts getting way more followers than me.
Yeah, no one tell him. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
And with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.